is Periscope, Facebook, YouTube, and recordings. We're waiting on one more. There we go. Hello, everyone. Dr. Rich Castellano here, the Smile Doctor. We are here at the FFAS in New Orleans with Dr. Mark Beatty. Thank you so much for doing the interview today. So what do you think about the meeting so far?
Been great so far. Day one has been a nice opening. Always great to see old friends. Had a chance to be on a really, really dynamic aging face panel, challenging cases panel earlier. So yeah, it's been a perfect first day.
Yeah, I love this meeting. This is my first time here, and so many great lecturers, so many great people to meet. What do you feel has been your biggest takeaway so far from the meeting?
Gosh, I think I think for first day, just being able to have the interaction that we had on our aging face panel, looking at the different approaches that everybody in that group had to problematic cases that were put up in front of us. So that's always kind of fun. The dialogue is the funnest, the most fun part. And that's one of the things about this meeting that you miss at a lot of other meetings. You know this, Rich, that a lot of times, you know, when it's a totally lecture format and
not as much interaction,
right? So it's great when you have a room full of 40 people who are all engaged and the presenters are having a dialogue. It's just so much more dynamic and interesting.
I love that. This is the forefront of plastic surgery, facial plastic surgery. So for the viewers, just they put up difficult cases and then they get everyone's feedback, and that is, someone will always come up with something that says, I didn't think about that, or that's a nice perspective. So I love to hear that. So what is most popular in your practice now? What are patients really loving in your office?
So my practice is very evenly split between rhinoplasty and aging face surgery. So we do I've developed a very individualized approach to facelift that we published a couple of years ago, and it has gained some traction within our market. So that has really been fun to have patients come in already having some knowledge and some buy-in to the way that we're approaching ensuring that their facelift is the right facelift for them.
I love it.
So that's been super cool, and you know, technology keeps marching forward, and
at a crazy pace.
It does. But and you know, we're certainly not at the point where there are technological solutions that are replacing surgery, but we inch closer every year, you know, and so that's always exciting.
So as doctors, we're always learning, and this is what it's about, the artistry. You're never a finished product, and these meetings are really powerful for that. So what do you like to tell your patients to help them make better decisions? Because there's a lot of confusion and overwhelm. How do you like to guide patients so that they get their best outcomes and their happiness with what they choose?
Yeah, so I think the key to that is the first thing I try to do, whether it's me or whether it is another member of my staff, we're all about developing a relationship. That is the most important thing, I believe, to getting the best result for that patient. I need to know who they are, they need to know who we are. You know, and sometimes you figure out that, hey, there's not a fit there, and that's okay.
Yeah,
that is really okay. But that's the thing that I think underpins everything else that we do. And then it's just a matter of figuring out, okay, what, given your parameters right now for what your interests are, how much time can you give up, what are your resources right now, what's the best plan?
Right, and that's a skill that surgeons develop as they become more mature and more experienced, because when we first start, we tend to include everybody, and then we realize maybe this patient wasn't as good of a candidate, and so that's a very powerful way to set the tone and build the relationship. So,
yeah, and it's also it's doing the right thing, I think, because there is a responsibility to me to educate patients about what we can do. Because as I think you opened this part of the conversation talking about how confusing it can be with the tremendous amount of information that is out on the internet and in media,
and it's just getting more.
And how do you sort that out? And that's part of our job, is to help people to understand what these things mean and to clarify some of that for them.
And to follow up on that, the best way we are going to communicate that to the patients is when we have a relationship with them. Because if the relationship isn't set, everything we say is kind of thrown into doubt, or is there? But when you know you've got a solid relationship and trust, then everything flows. So, how can people find out more about your practice? Where can they find you online?
Online, we are on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram. It's beatymd.com on the website. And
Beaty.
That's correct. One T. Beaty. beatymd.com. And we are right in the middle of Midtown Atlanta, and then with a second office out in the north suburbs and out there. So
very nice.
Easy to get to.
Very nice. Proud to know Dr. Beatty. Loving this meeting. More videos coming soon. Thank you everyone for watching.
Thanks.
Bye-bye. Let's get all our cameras set up here. So that was